All In Sports Network. We love sports.
Ooh boy, I was the only one of the 4 people that actually participated in this now, including the Pete Sousa show, to get the fact that Carolina was going to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And what do we say the D stands for in Dallas Cowboys?
Disappointment, doubtful, disaster, all of the above.
Oh, you typically at this point in the season, after 6 weeks, you know what your team is. It is very well documented what your team is, and
There are some teams out there that are very you don't know though. That is kind of their identity though.
Yep, yeah. But at this point in the season, you kind of know whether it's going to be up and down, or whether it's going to be good, or whether it's going to be bad. And from what we can tell, the Cowboys, I think we know. All right. I'm Kevin. This is my son, Liam. We are the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports Networks.
Welcome back in. Another crazy week with the Bills on a 2-game losing streak. The Falcons deciding to stay relevant. The Cowboys showing that the D really does stand for disappointment. And Mike McDaniel is still shopping in the junior section. Let's go all in to find out more.
Yes, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at All Indiana Sports and on Twitter at All Indie Sports. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep. We want you to be a part of this. Comment your picks right before Thursday Night Football. And if you get them all right, we'll shout you out on next week's Pick 6. As always, before we make our picks this week, let's take a look at last week's picks. First one, Cowboys at Panthers. I had the Cowboys.
And I had the Panthers.
Yep. Panthers put the Cowboys to sleep on a last-second field goal, kind of very clutch drive. Speaking of sleeping, though, Joi Baby sleep sacks and matching crib sets can help you put your little one to bed. Click the link in the description for more.
Yes. Then we both had the Seahawks over the Jaguars over the Seahawks. And the Seahawks showed what they were made of.
Yep. And then we both had the Packers over the Bengals. That was a pretty easy one, in my opinion. Packers got that one done.
Yes. And then we both had the Buccaneers over the Niners, and
Mr. Closer. MVP Baker got it done without his 3 top receivers.
Yep. That was kind of crazy. And then
we both had the Lions beating the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, and the Chiefs came alive. Questionable calls.
Imagine that.
But they have Rashee Rice coming back as well. Maybe they're hitting their stride whenever they need to. Let's hope they kind of dip a little bit whenever they play the Colts.
Right. As it is right now, they're still out of the playoffs, though. So then that led us to Monday Night Football, the vintage uniform matchup of the week. The Bills with facing the red helmets in Atlanta, and we both had the Bills on this one. Wow. I mean, on both sides for both the Falcons and the Bills. Wow. I mean, 2-game losing streak for the Bills against teams you wouldn't think. And then the Falcons Bijan just going bye-bye, you know?
And Drake London performing amazing as well. So sad. I lost this week in fantasy. First week that I lost this season because I had 31 points in Cam Scatterbill on the bench.
Ooh.
And I had 33 points in Drake London on the bench.
Well, this is why you just never know. You just never know.
Exactly.
So that puts me with I evened you up this week since I got that Panthers game. So we're both 19 and 17. Not great for us, but these couple weeks have really
a lot better. It's been a very unique season. A lot of teams are there are more bipolar teams this season than there have been recently. Patriots at the top of the AFC East. That's weird.
Yep.
Vrabel's coaching well. Drake May is throwing the ball well. Their receivers are really good. Stephon Diggs is doing Stephon Diggs things again.
Yep.
I watched.
And you ready?
Yeah.
Vrabel comes back to Tennessee for the first time this week.
Yep. I watched.
We're not picking that game.
I watched First Take. Stephen A. made a top 5 teams in the league list. His number 1 was Bucks. His number 2 was Colts. Ooh. His number 3 was the Chiefs. His number 4 were the Steelers, and his number 5 were the not Seahawks, Patriots. And then they had a whole bunch of other people kind of mix and change his list how they saw fit, and like can add other teams as well. Everybody kept Bucks and Colts 1 and 2, except the only person that switched that was Jeff Saturday. He put the Colts above.
Of course he did. So little teaser. Speaking of teams that are doing well, and people who pick the best teams, we're going to talk about IU tomorrow in our Crimson Cutback episode. I don't know if people realize they had a pretty big game and they won that pretty big game. And RG3 in his latest Out of Pocket episode said that he believes IU is now the best team in college football, that he thought that before that Oregon was, and if you beat the best, you are the best. So
I completely agree.
So there you go. But we may really see what that is in Indianapolis at the Big Ten Championship. But more on that tomorrow. This is about the NFL a week ahead. So here we go. We need to step it up. Starting with game number 1. Is this the Thursday night? I don't believe it is. No, it's not. No, Thursday is the geriatric QB matchup with Flacco and Rodgers.
Yes.
This is the Rams at the Jaguars. Both the Jaguars need to make pace. A rebound here. So open goal, rebounder, goal setup can help you. Click the link in the description for more. Who do you got, Rams or Jaguars?
I think this is a very interesting match. Puka coming off of an injury. Don't know how.
I don't even know if he'll be available, honestly.
I don't know either. I sure hope he is for fantasy. That gives me more problems on who to put in, but normally more problems on who to put in is better than not knowing who to put in because you don't have options.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly. This game is going to be a very interesting game to watch. I'm excited to watch it personally. I'm gonna go with, since I can't decide, I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna go Jacksonville. They are going to get that rebound game because they do have to keep pace with the Colts still. The Rams are already kind of in that upper echelon of the NFC West. The whole NFC West is very good this season.
Yeah.
But I do think Jacksonville gets this because of it's in Duval.
That's right. And it is a West Coast team going to play the early game. You know how I feel about that. I already picked one of those wrong. And so I figure as long as I keep picking it, it can't happen. Incidentally, all AFC South teams play another team that is 4-2 this year. Now,
yep.
Some of those are questionable as far as how good they are because the Patriots have in their competition. I get it. But all teams in the AFC South playing the same record of team. Next one also needs a rebound here for the Eagles.
Yep. Next one is the Eagles in Minnesota playing the Vikings. I believe, aren't the Eagles on a 2-game losing streak as well?
Yes, they are. Yeah. And I don't know the last time the Eagles were on a 2-game losing streak. But you know how I feel about the Vikings defense. I thought it was really good last year. They lost some people, but it's not the people that make it good. It's the scheme and Brian Flores. But the Eagles defense is good, but it's kind of taken a dip and a step back this year, and seems like their offense just doesn't know exactly what to do.
Yeah,
at times. And is very confused about its identity. But at the same time, are the Eagles really going to go on a 3-game losing streak? And isn't Carson Wentz still the quarterback right now for the Vikings? But it's Kevin O'Connell. So Kevin O'Connell, I'm going to give it to the coaches here. Sorry, Nick Sirianni. And I'm going to say that the Vikings get it done in Minnesota.
I am going to give you the Eagles winning. I'm going to tell you one simple reason why.
Okay.
Their offense is not working because they're handing the ball off to A.J. Dillon. You still have one of the best offensive lines in the league. Use Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Last year he was the best. He was the best running back in the league last year. You don't just fall off like that.
Last year was last year.
No injuries or nothing. Hand the ball off. I think this is the perfect defense to start Saquon on as well. I think it is a weaker defensive front. So I do believe this is the game to get Saquon back on track, and the Eagles get this one.
NFL stands for not for long, and that includes just about any position and any player. So next up, we got the Packers at the Cardinals. Packers, I still have questions, honestly. And then we as Colts fans got to see in person how good the Cardinals can be, no matter who's playing quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Cardinals can be really good. If the big question here in this game is two things. Micah Parsons is not doing Micah Parsons things.
Right.
He's applying pressure, but he's not getting to the quarterback. Kind of like Max Crosby is this season.
Okay.
Or at least against the Colts. But Marvin Harrison Jr. got hurt. Is he still going? Is he going to play? Does he make it out of protocol? So there's a lot of up in the air about both teams here.
Yeah.
Arizona still needs to keep up in the NFC West, but so does Green Bay in the NFC North. So this is a very conflicting one. You really can't tell this season with anything. I'm going to say Green Bay gets it done, though. I think they have the better coaching staff.
All right. I think that so tempting to give it to the home team here, but I think the Packers are overall more healthy and more predictable, and the Cardinals just have an uncanny ability to lose close games late. So I'm going to say the Packers.
Yeah. Next game is a fun one. It's the Falcons, who just beat the Bills, against the Niners, who just lost to one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yes, Sunday night football matchup. Look at the Falcons getting all these, primetime games. Wow. Fancy that.
Must be nice.
So it is in San Francisco. There's something so magical about a West Coast night game because it's still light at the beginning of it. It's what they call golden hour. The sun is just setting, and you got those gold helmets and the bay and all of these magical things. And will Purdy be back? It was close last week. He wasn't back. Will he be back this week? I don't know. They're hurt, but they have found ways to get it done. If Purdy's back, they're definitely going to win, but I'm going to give it to him anyway. Niners and the home team. It's not going to last that long for the Falcons. Come on, it can't, right?
I think the thing that's going to carry the Niners in this game is the defense, because both Bijan is inconsistent, Michael Penix Jr. is inconsistent, Drake London is inconsistent. So is Kyle Pitts. There are so many people on the team that are just inconsistent. So I think, and if you have a good defense, you can kind of wrap those inconsistencies up and keep them that way. So I think the Niners are going to get this done as well.
All righty. Here we go. Another good one. Monday Night Football. There's two matchups. We're going to pick both of them. Here we go. The Bucs, who are apparently the best team in the NFL, against the Lions with their blue helmets and black jerseys, black uniforms on Monday Night Football. What do you think is going to happen in this NFC clash?
So, Lions at home. Obviously, that's a big thing. Detroit 5 years ago was not a very daunting place to go play. Now It is, because their football team is good.
Yeah. I mean, it was only daunting because of what you might have had to incur with the city on your way to the stadium.
Exactly. Yeah. There's also a saying, look good, feel good, play good.
Yep.
So I'm going to give it to the Bucs because they have Baker Mayfield.
All right.
The best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, of all the times for Baker to be at his best, this would be it. And I the Lions lost both their offensive and defensive coordinators, and yes, they went through they had a terrible first game, and then they went through a good stretch. But they lost to the Chiefs, and still verdict is out on the Chiefs. But as you mentioned, they may be getting back to Chiefs ways. But I just don't trust the Lions more than I can trust the Bucs right now. The Bucs have been doing amazing things with no one of recognition out there.
Yeah.
And so until proven otherwise, Buccaneers are going to keep rolling.
Also, I'm just going to take a minute to talk about Baker.
Yep.
Kind of his story.
Sure.
He played for the Browns, right? That was
drafted by the Browns.
Drafted
number
by
one
the Browns.
overall.
He played pretty decent there.
Yep.
Okay, cool. They cut him, went to the Panthers. Played for the Panthers for a little bit. Did okay. They cut him. Got brought onto the Rams because they needed a backup quarterback. And then their quarterback ended up getting hurt. I believe it's Stafford at this point. Baker was there for 2 days, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Learned the playbook, and then made a game-winning drive, like a 90-yard game-winning drive.
Yep.
Sure, it wasn't against a great team. I don't remember who it was, but it wasn't against a great team. And that brought him back as a quarterback. That saved his career, and now he's an MVP candidate for the Bucs. He's the quarterback who came after Tom Brady on the Bucs.
Uh-huh.
And he's filling shoes pretty good.
Yeah. Agreed. It all comes down to where you're going to be, the proper training. Speaking of that, Farmhounds can help you train your puppies with healthy treats. That's what we love at Country Mountain Dogs. Click the link in the description for more on that. That leads us to the last game, sir.
Yep. Last game is the other Monday night doubleheader, Houston in Seattle playing the Seahawks.
Yes. The question is, are the Seahawks really, really for real? And then Houston just coming off of a bye and a 44-point performance. Is Houston back? Can they do the things? Well, this is a late game, okay? So just like we talk about with the West Coast teams going to East Coast playing a game at 10 o'clock, this is a central team, central time zone going west, and they have to play at 9 o'clock. And I know that's not super late. I get it. I understand. But, travel and all these things matter. And I believe in the Seahawks way more than I believe in Houston at this point, even though, that's sort of should be my MO because I don't believe in Houston ever because they're in the same division as the Colts. But what do you think?
I'm with the Seahawks as well. They just beat Jacksonville, who I believe Jacksonville is a better team than Houston as of this moment. Also, about the underdog fantasy, if you want to, play games, that type of stuff, you choose higher or lower on players, whether it be yardage, touchdowns, whatever it is. I'm going to say Jackson Smith and Jigba is going higher on the yardage. Whatever it is, it's higher. He might have Derek Stingley Jr. on him, but it does not matter. He is a great wide receiver, probably the most underrated wide receiver because there's nobody talks about him.
All right. Well, here's more from Underdog. Football's back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Download the app today and sign up with promo code COLTS to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code COLTS. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 and up, 19 and up in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 and up, and in Colorado for some games, 21 and up in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and must be present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. So there you go. We're all together throughout this week, except for one game, and that's the Eagles-Vikings. So pay close attention to that one. Also, You can check me out on the Pete Sousa Show tomorrow, going over this with Pete and Scotty. There may be an audible call because we don't pick the Colts game, because we'll let you know what our picks for that game are on Friday. But we may be going with an extra point with them or an audible and pulling one of the other games and putting the Colts game, because the Colts-Chargers game is just
it'll be a really good game.
Too enticing to pass up. Well, That's it. That's all the time that we have for today. We want you to be a part of that. Comment your picks before Thursday Night Football. We'll shout you out if you get them all right. And then we'll be back tomorrow, as we said, with our Crimson cutback look at IU, Oregon, plus what's ahead for IU. And then we'll finish off the week talking about that Colts-Chargers game, the Colts going up against their old quarterback in Jim Harbaugh.
Yep, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.